Hello all, welcome back to my channel. So today is really going to be an interesting case, and this is about housewife and her rights, especially with the husband's property, joint property and everything. I'll be covering everything in this case, and it's a very interesting case, and especially in this time, especially when we are having very less housewives. We have more of career women, career oriented women, but this case is really again standing apart. It sets the family values, it sets the essence of the work done by a housewife to the household, and everything will be covered in this case. This case happened in Madras High Court, and it's a very quite recent case, not very long back. And this is the reason why this case is very interesting, because it happened very recently. So this is not an old case which I'm citing. This is very recently, like, new case which has happened. So let's get started with the case. Okay. So in this present case, the court was dealing with a dispute between a couple who got married in the year 1965. Okay. The husband, Kannayan Naidu, he filed an injunction, and he filed an injunction suit in 2002, saying that his wife had been trying to usurp means to grab or illegally take. Okay, so trying to take the properties that were purchased on his behalf while he was working abroad from the money he had earned. Okay, so he also told to the court that his wife sought some assistance by some other man, and she was trying to alienate the properties, and also accused her of leading a wayward life in the sense like living in a aristocratic or elite life, spending too much, being a spendthrift, like that. On the other hand, the wife claimed that she was equally entitled to the property, and she had looked after the family while the husband was away, and thereby giving up her opportunities of employment. She also contended that she sold her ancestral properties and utilized the money for the husband's foreign trip. And also, apart from this, she had also earned money by tailoring and giving tuitions, from which she had acquired some of the suit properties. So while the court decreed that the husband's suit, the first appellate court reversed the decree on certain aspects, especially after the death of Kannan Naidu. His children filed the second appeal before the High Court as his legal heirs. Okay, so the wife also filed the cross objection before the High Court, saying that certain aspects of the appellate court judgment. The court agreed that the wife's submission, whatever she had done, and she also had contributed to the family, taking care of the household and the children. So the court also noted that the wife, though she did not make a direct financial contributions to the house, but she had played a vital role, especially in managing the household chores and looking after the children, cooking, cleaning, and managing day-to-day affairs of the family without giving any inconvenience to the plaintiff while the plaintiff was abroad. So plaintiff isn't the husband, okay, when he was in abroad, and she sacrificed her dreams and spent her entire life towards the family and children. So this was the nutshell of the case. Now, what did the court think about it? So this was the opinion of the court, and I'm reading as the court has said. In generality of the marriages, the wife bears and rears children and minds the home. Okay? She thereby frees her husband for his economic activities, since it's her performance of her function which enables the husband to perform his. That means she is giving the complete liberty for the husband to do whatever he wants, and he has that economic liberty. And all those men who have who are married, who have children, would understand this specifically, because they would understand the level of comfort and the level of freedom which the wife gives, especially when she takes care of everything else and leaves the husband to just do the economic activities, right? That is going to the job. So therefore, she enables the husband to perform his. So she is in justice entitled to share in its fruits. That means she is actually she's a contributor also in her own way. So the court said. The court added that a wife, being a homemaker, performed multiple tasks, thus making a comfortable environment in the household. So therefore, the house is running comfortably because the wife is, taking care of everything else. The court added that a homemaker performed this job 24 hours of a day without any holiday, and that he could not be equated with the job of earning husband. Like, you can really not measure or you cannot quantify the level of work which is done by the homemaker. That's what the court said, okay? So which is only 8 hours a day. So it's only 8 hours a day, but the homemaker doesn't get any leave, okay? She works for basically 24 hours, 7 days a week. For taking care of the children and family, it is nothing like 8 hours job. What the husband was doing abroad, but it is also a 24 hours job. So that is the wife being, physically she is contributing to the family for 24 hours. However, the husband, out of his 8 hours of job at abroad, had financially contributed to the family and sent the money out of his savings, okay, from which they had purchased the property. So the said savings were done because 24 hours of efforts which were put by the wife. That is the first defendant. And for the family, where she had made her husband to save the money without contributing much towards the housemaid, etc., okay, for the payment. So this is what the court had, opined, saying that you really cannot quantify the amount of work which is put by the housewife. That's the reason why there is no way you can measure those. And whatever the husband is doing in that 8 hours of work, she also has equal part in it. So the court added that when the wife upon marriage gives up her work and devoted herself for caring for the husband and children, she would not be left with nothing. So that's just not justice, okay? Property may be purchased either in the name of the husband or wife, but earned by their joint efforts. So it's immaterial on whose name the property is. It's ultimately the efforts which has to be taken here. And the judge also observed that when the husband and wife are treated as two wheels of a family in a cart, then the contribution made by either the husband by earning or the wife by serving and looking after the family and children would be for the welfare of the family, okay? And both are entitled equally and to whatever they have earned in their joint efforts. So the proper presumption is that the beneficial interests belong to them jointly. The property may be purchased either in the name of the husband or wife alone, but nevertheless it is purchased with the monies saved by the joint efforts. So this is what it means, that it's a material of whose name the property is under. It is actually the efforts which has to be taken care of here. So this is the nutshell of the case, Kannayan Naidu and others versus Kamsala Ammal and others, which was decided by the Madras High Court. So if you are interested to learn more about this case, you can look it up and you can find many more details in it, which I have not covered in this video. But in a nutshell, what I want to explain is, yes, the homemakers have rights on the properties which are earned by the husbands, irrespective of whose name the property is registered under. Okay, we should never assume that the homemakers are not contributing anything to the family. They are contributing, and that's what has been observed by the judge as well. So hopefully it provides justice for all those women who are homemakers and who are taking care of the family. And at the end of the day, you are left with nothing. So this is what it is. And I hope if you didn't know about this before, you learned something new. And for many more, please stay tuned until my next video. Stay safe, stay legally safe. Bye.